Okay, so capital letters, what are they for and how are we supposed to use them? So these are our uppercase and lowercase letters. I've just got the first few letters from the alphabet. The main differences that we've got is that uppercase letters are supposed to be all the same height. So they're the same size throughout the whole alphabet. And this can mean that for certain types of writing in certain situations, capital letters or uppercase letters are preferable. For example, I think in architectural drawings of buildings, it's preferable to use small capital letters because the form of them is easier to read and to recognise when they're written in a really tiny size. Then we've got our lowercase letters, those which when it comes to standard English, we use the majority of the time. And you can see the main differences here is that on certain letters like B and D, we've got the taller ascenders, so the bits that come out higher at the top of the letters. And on some letters, such as an F or a P, we've got descenders, so those bits that come down lower than the line that you'd be writing on. Hopefully you recognise the difference between the capital letters, the uppercase and the lowercase letters. And perhaps the most important thing is to think about the reasons why we use them in our writing. So the number one reason is that we use them to start any sentence. And more than anything, the purpose for having capital letters at the start of every sentence is that it's like a visual cue, something for the reader to recognise that this is the start of a new idea or the opening of a new clause, a new sentence. So yeah, it's just like a tiny signal to whoever's reading that piece of writing, and purely for clarity. The other thing that we always use them for is I. So if you're writing in the first person and you're talking about yourself and using that word I, it's just always a capital letter. Without question, it doesn't matter where it is in the sentence, I alone as a word is always a capital. And then the third thing that we have is capital letters used at the beginning of proper nouns. So these are things like Bristol would always need a capital B, London will always need a capital L, Sarah will always need a capital S, Ford, if you're talking about the brand of cars, would always need a capital F. Sainsbury's, the supermarket, you would always need a capital S there. So proper nouns, just for a quick clarification, are the words used to name specific people, places or things. So we've got common nouns as well. So you might talk about cars and vans and motorbikes. But if you were talking about Mitsubishi, which is a specific brand, you would need to have the capital N. If you said that you were going to the shops, shops is a common noun, but if you were to say I am going to Topshop and Lidl's, the T of Topshop and the L of Lidl's have to have a capital letter because they are specific places. If you said I am going to meet my friends, then friends is a common noun. That could be any friends, it's unspecific. Even if you said I'm going to meet my best friend, my friend from work and my neighbour, they are still unspecific nouns, so they're all lowercase. But if you were more specific and you said I am going to meet Frank and Sally and James, you would need a capital letter at the start of all of those names because they are specific people. So to recap, capital letters are used for three purposes when you are writing in English. One is the start of any sentence. Two is for a capital I used in any context. And three is at the start of any proper noun. So names of specific places, people and things.